Welcome back. It is time for Daybreak in 10 on Color 10.
We'll be on the air commercial free starting right now up until CBS This Morning's Eye Opener. And it's a different story today outside than it was yesterday. So let's head over to Beth Finella with your forecast first.
We have a heat advisory in effect for much of the Ozarks, much of southwest Missouri. This is in effect till Thursday and Friday for most parts of our area. What this means is temperatures are going to be in the middle 90s. Feel like temperatures are going to be in the triple digits. Muggy meter is showing a lot of reds, a lot of oranges, lots of yellows. That's going to continue through the week. This is why we have south winds coming out, bringing in a lot of that moisture from the Gulf. That's bringing in all of the moisture, all of the humidity that we're going to see for the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to be 93 today here in Springfield. Feel like temperatures are going to be 105. Things to remember when it comes to extreme heat: wear lightweight and light colored clothing, drink plenty of water, and check on the pets and the elderly. Look before you lock. Today we're looking at a high of 93, heat index of 105. Overnight tonight looking at a low of 75. Hot and humid tomorrow. Carbon copy of today, except it's going to be warmer. Heat advisory still in effect. Feel like temperatures at 110, actual temperatures at 96. Stay cool and stay hydrated as much as you can.
All right, Beth, thank you. Some news from around the region now. ICE is investigating after an immigration attorney says she was injured during a scuffle and happened when an undocumented immigrant from Honduras has been reunited with her son, who was separated from her more than a month ago. Supporters and a Netflix crew witnessed the special moment, but their joy did not last long because Kenia Bautista and her 3-year-old boy were put on a plane in Kansas City yesterday and deported. During the situation, there was a small scuffle involving her attorneys, where they claimed they were shoved by an ICE officer.
Megan and I, expecting, as per our previous invitation from Officer Sass and Officer Chase, we expected to be going in right behind Officer Chase, and he turned around, pushed us out of the door, and shut the door and locked it. That's when Megan and I both fell, and I rolled my ankle and have a fracture in my right foot.
Bautista and her son were separated after the Missouri State Highway Patrol arrested them last month. The woman, who is 6 months pregnant, escaped an abusive relationship in Honduras, but a recent ruling removed domestic violence as grounds to seek asylum in the U.S.
Some local news now. The U.S. Department of Transportation has launched a new type of grant called BUILD that allows cities to apply for money that could be used for transportation development. The grant is competitive, but the city of Springfield has officially applied for the money there. The city is asking for nearly $25 million with a 20% match from Springfield to build a corridor that connects Bass Pro's Wonders of Wildlife Museum and Aquarium all the way to downtown Springfield. Here's a map of the proposed plan. It's been called the Grant Avenue Parkway Trail Connection Project. We spoke to Cora Scott, who's the Director of Public Information. She says the proposed trail would connect to a couple of greenway trails through neighborhoods and off of city streets between Sunshine and Commercial Street. She also says getting the money is somewhat of a long shot, but the odds may be better now with the increase of tourism from the Wildlife Museum and Aquarium. The project also hopes to alleviate traffic congestion and also improve pedestrian safety.
Well, the Southwest Electric Cooperative is asking for your help in catching a couple of thieves that stole thousands of dollars worth of copper wire. The co-op says last Friday, 2 men cut the fence to a warehouse in Bolivar. They used a Dodge Ram pickup hooked to a flatbed trailer as well as that Solaris. They got away with $6,500 worth. The suspects were last seen heading east on Highway 32 from Buffalo and had stopped at a gas station, which captured this image on surveillance. A $1,000 reward is being offered for any information that leads up to an arrest.
Cell phone towers can pinpoint your exact location at any given time, and up until recently, police did not need a search warrant to get that information. But a recent ruling by the Supreme Court is changing that. Now, if police want to get those records, they'll need to prove probable cause in order to get a search warrant. Defense attorney Adam Woody says this decision is a win for the Fourth Amendment and privacy rights.
Their cell phone can be used to track whether that alibi checks out, or conversely to see if they were actually near the scene of a crime. Up until now, law enforcement agencies have been able to simply go to the cell phone provider. Historically, they've had to prove really nothing.
Greene County Prosecutor Dan Patterson says this decision won't affect his office or the local criminal system that much, since many agencies were already using search warrants.
Moving on to some medical coverage this morning. This summer, we're all doing our best to stay cool on these hot days, but did you know your medication needs the same attention? Certain medicine, like EpiPens, are life-saving when a person has a severe allergic reaction, but if it gets too hot, it could stop working. Meds are safest and most effective when left at room temperature, so you should avoid keeping them in the kitchen, bathroom, and your car, where the heat can cause them to lose potency.
When your medications get hot is they degrade more quickly, and so that expiration date that you see on your package is no longer valid. That's basically what the medication breaks down faster at higher temperatures. So that's why it's really important to keep things out of the heat.
That was advice from Dan's at Discount Drug Mart. And if you have mail order prescriptions that get left in your doorstep, it's also important to get them inside and out of the heat immediately.
We have a local spotlight focusing on a partnership this morning. The Better Business Bureau and Color 10 are working together to recognize trustworthy men and women in our community. For the first time, the BBB will be giving away one trust award to someone in the Ozarks who demonstrates trust every day. Ideal candidates are teachers, doctors, nurses, firefighters, and police officers. To nominate someone, go to BBB's Facebook page, scroll to the bottom on the left-hand side and click Trust Award, then fill out the application. The deadline is on August 17th.
Another spotlight this morning, the Springfield Police Department is saying goodbye to a very important part of its force. Jax, the police service dog, has retired from his duties. What a good name. That's my pup's name. He's had a very impressive career. He's helped find nearly 50 suspects and has made more than 100 narcotic discoveries. Jax will enjoy his retirement with Officer Chris Rasmussen and his family.
All right, here's a look at now at what's coming up after daybreak.
Hello to you, I'm Gail Kane. Coming up, one of New York's top restaurant groups is going cashless. Why Danny Meyer wants you to pay with a card. That's coming up on CBS this morning.
And we do want to get you going with a couple of Google trends before you head out the door. Actually, the top two are stories we've brought you throughout Daybreak, but number one is about Kansas tornado tearing through Kansas. Eureka, I believe, was the town that is going to be looking for that damage this morning. And Beth, you probably know this protocol more than we do, but I'm assuming the National Weather Service will be pretty heavy out there this morning surveying the damage.
Yeah, they actually sent out a message. National Weather Service Wichita is going to head out there. They're going to leave Wichita about 8, so they'll get there about 9.
Okay, yeah, some severe weather certainly in the Ozarks, but then really bad over in that area as we're seeing there. If we get any updates, we'll put that up on midday as well, too.
Yes. Last check there, 5 were injured, 1 critically. And then the other top story, number 2, is Maryland primary election, one of 7 states that held elections yesterday. There was an upset, and they also had a glitch at the voting polls. Right, trying to get a hold of about, I believe, 80,000 voters that tried to change their address in one way or another with the motor vehicle department, and the information didn't transfer properly. Yep. Eesh. All right, Beth, no severe weather today, but there is a heat advisory, right?
Yep, heat advisory in effect until Friday. Heat indexes in the triple digits through Friday and Saturday as well.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for starting your Wednesday off with us. Have yourself a great day.